Good day, good day, good day, everybody. I hope everyone is doing well. Happy Sunday, and welcome to Living Life in Joy. I am Rev Melissa, and it's wonderful to be with you all today. So, Living Life in Joy is the show all about joy and yes, all about joy and yes. I said that I want to be a vessel of joy. And this show is one of the vehicles that I use to do so. And the wonderful thing is, I get to share it with others who are also connected to joy, to love, to peace, to harmony, and especially connected to their yes. So you already experienced. I'm looking for like a dynamic word to express what we experienced the first September of the month with Keith Major, the celebrity photographer who was interviewed by our very own Sekou Wrights, because that was a dynamic show. Oh my goodness. And I keep saying every time I talk about it, the quote from Keith that resonates with me, that stays with me, is when he said, God is the artist. And so when he does his work, he is seeing through the lens of love. He is seeing through the lens of God's eyes. And so every picture is beautiful. So check out Keith Major on Instagram. You will see his latest work that he's been doing with Jennifer Hudson. Just beautiful, beautiful photography. And then last Sunday, we had a wonderful time with Lindsay Limbach. And it was so funny because that's when I decided the theme for September will be love, And it just came through, and it was already percolating right from Keith, but it didn't cement yet. So Lindsay is a mindful coach. She does work with individuals, with children, with parents, everybody. And right now she is doing a joy workshop based on the Book of Joy by Desmond Tutu and the Dalai Lama. So to check out Lindsay's work, go to centeredmoment@gmail.com. Just shoot her an email and she'll get you all situated. And that brings us to today, right? The theme of love is still resonating with my guests that you will be meeting in a few moments. So I think we should go, set, ready. All right, y'all. Are you ready? Are you ready for some more love? Because I am. So today's guest is Lisa Sutton, and she is the co-founder of In God's Hand. So let me share a little bit about Lisa with you. Lisa knows that as an educator and single mother of 5, some need a little extra help to make it. On Thanksgiving, she goes out with her family to hand out food and blankets to the homeless. And it is from this act of kindness that inspired her to start In God's Hand. She was born and raised in St. Kitts. Island life taught her how a strong community conquers all. And it is that spirit that she wants to bring to Nashville, Tennessee. Not only does she want to bring it, she is bringing it. Lisa is bringing it. So without further ado, let's welcome to Living Life in Joy, Lisa Sutton. Hey, Lisa.
How are you doing? How's everybody?
We are good. Everybody is good. Everyone that's joining in right now is good. And we are just so grateful to have you on today's show.
I'm happy to be here.
Yes. So let's get right into it. The vision that you were holding for the community in Nashville. Tell me how that came through you. How did that start to percolate?
Well, it started to percolate when I started to drive downtown and I would see tents and just people living under the bridge, under the bypass, and it floods and it's cold and it's, in Nashville. And so I just always like, how do they survive, And I wanted to be a part of their survival. I wanted to share in their struggle and let them know that they're not alone.
Yes.
Somebody does see you. I see you under that bridge. I see you trying to survive, and I'll help you try to survive. So that's how it kind of percolated for me.
Uh-huh. And I know you have co-founders in this work that you're doing. And who are the co-founders with you?
Co-founders are my son and my daughter, Tahil Sage and Alyssa Sage. Yes.
So it is a family affair.
It is a family affair all the way through.
Wonderful, wonderful. So part of living life in joy is also what I call a little Sunday in praise, where we talk about won't he do it? So what is your won't he do it testimony?
Well, like I said, I used to see those tents under the bridge. And I had always asked, I said, Lord, if you give me enough money, if I ever have enough money where I don't always have to put it into a bill or put it into the welfare of my children, I'm going to go down there and I'm going to do something. I'm going to feed them. I'm going to clothe them. I'm going to do something. And so throughout the pandemic, I found myself like, okay, I have a couple extra dollars now. I can do something. I said, thank you, Lord. And I went out and got some stuff and we went and did it.
So, Lisa, there's something under that for me as I listen to you say that, because it's not about, necessarily about the money. Of course, we need the money, but it takes more than that.
Yeah.
To move in the way that you're moving. So I'm curious about your life story. What was it in your life that moved you in the direction of being in service in this particular way?
Good question. I think that the Lord have been working on me since I was a young child in grooming me in a sense for this ministry, and I just didn't know it. Right, growing up, I would always see, once we moved to Florida, I would always see homelessness on the street, and always wondered, I always saw them, and I always wondered, how did they get to this place, this place? Why can't they get up? What's holding them down? And so just trying to help them in that manner. Maybe I'll give them a couple of dollars. Maybe I'll buy them some food, but I still wasn't connected with them. And so when I came to Nashville, I saw more. And my heart just kept it was almost like a pounding, like you're seeing this. And I would ask God, Lord, who's going to do something about this? What's going on? And, he was like, well, I created you.
Yes.
What are you going to do about it?
Yes.
It's on your heart. And so as I was protesting, the beginning of the pandemic, we protested to hold the Capitol down in Tennessee. And throughout that time, there was tons of homeless, the unhoused around us.
Yeah.
I did not know. They were just like me, you, anybody else. They were out there. They were holding it down. We were feeding them. We were talking. We were becoming friends. And I got to know them in a different way. Not just a homeless person on the street. They're people that have issues. Some may have fallen because, there was a death and they can't see their way out of it. Some people have lost their entire family, and they just don't feel like life is worth living anymore. So they choose to just be apart from everyone else. And you get to learn the stories, and that kind of beat on my heart even more. And a young man named Dwayne, I will never forget him. He offered me his backpack. Right. And I'm like, I don't want your backpack. It's fine. It's fine. And he's like, no, take the backpack. Just make sure you use it. You know? And so I said, I would most definitely use it. However, if you need it, you keep it. He said, no, he gave it to me. I utilized that backpack. I still have that backpack. And from then, after our protesting was over, I felt uneasy. It didn't settle well with me. I wanted to get back out there. I wanted to do more. I felt like we came out there, we fed them, we talked to them, we loved on them, and then we just left them. You know, and I was like, hey, can we go back out there? Does anybody else want to join me? And you know, that's how it kind of pushed through. I think that's the way that God really said, yeah, go. I prepared you, now go.
Yes.
You know some things now, go. And so we went, and it's been a wonderful journey. I've heard lots of stories. I've made tons of friends. When I see them down the street, when they see me, hey.
That is fabulous. Lisa, you said so much there. So I want to unpack it a little bit.
Okay.
Right? The first thing that just almost brought me to tears is when you said that you see them.
Yes.
There is such power in being seen. There is such power in being seen. There's I wish I could remember what African country it is, but there's a tribe in let's say Ghana, because that's my favorite one. That's my favorite country so far. And what they say to the children is, I see you. I see you. Right? And all of us want to be seen no matter what our circumstances are. Right?
Yes.
And I know for myself, sometimes I don't see the unhoused.
Yeah.
Right? And sometimes I do see the unhoused. Oh my goodness, I just thought about something, Lisa. I did a parable of it's called the parable of homelessness, about my interaction with an unhoused person here in New York.
Awesome.
And it was so powerful because we both saw each other.
Oh, isn't that a beautiful thing?
It is. It is. And so you also said that there was a connection.
Yeah. A
connection.
Yeah.
We're all connected, but we don't realize it. We don't pay attention to it. No. So through your work, and I want to say a little something I want you to speak to how intentional you are today and how you presented yourself.
Okay.
So talk, because you say your daughter, was your stylist today.
Yes. Well, this is how I typically go out. I go out as just a regular, this is me, I try to make them as comfortable around me as possible. I don't wear jewelry. And it's not because they're going to steal it.
Right.
I dress like this because it makes them comfortable. I become one of them.
Yeah.
I now fit into their life.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make them fit into mine.
Yeah.
And so when they look at me, they always look up and down. And they're like, okay. And they come and they're more welcoming. You're welcomed more when you're not trying to be like, I'm better than you. Yeah. I'm not. I'm no better than you. In any instant, my situation can be your situation.
Yes.
Right? My house can catch on fire and I'm on the street.
Yeah.
But now I have friends on the street, so it would be good. However, in any moment, you can be that way. So I just go to them humbly.
Yeah.
And they accept me as I am. And I love it. I find that's when I am my most happiest self. Because I don't have to impress anyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just there. You're helping me. We're talking, we're feeding, we're having a nice time, and we're
Yeah.
just enjoying each other in that moment.
Yeah. So it's so deliberate what you're doing. Every layer of it is deliberate because you're breaking down any obstacles to making that connection, you
Yes.
know, and we each can do that in our own way,
Yes.
right? So,
Yes.
so your yes is the unhoused,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And
Yes. All the way.
so I understand from Sekou that you work a full-time job,
Do.
and then you cook the food
Yes.
and you take it to them.
Yes. Now, it wasn't in my vision. I didn't see in my vision I'd be cooking it every day. But that's he gets me through. The Lord gets me through. And it's always, I tell my children when we're riding, I was like, it seems like that was so easy, like
Mm,
there's I feel like I should do more because I feel like I haven't done anything, but I did. I came,
mm,
I cooked, I served, but
right.
it's over so fast and it leaves me wanting more.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
um yeah, so I tackle a lot, but really I cannot honestly accept all the credit, right? I
Mm,
am just the feet on the ground.
yeah. Yeah.
It's his hands that's leading and guiding me, his strength, the Lord's strength that kind of shines through and get me out there.
Yes. 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 Allowing yourself to be that vessel.
Yes, I love it. I'm so grateful that he allowed me to be the vessel, because not
Mm,
all the time I believe that he will allow just anyone to walk and represent him,
mm,
you know.
mm.
So I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful.
So I noticed on your website that you have 3 phases to
Yes.
your vision. Just
Yes.
share a little bit about that.
Well, our first phase right now, we are in where we go out, we feed, we try to supply any resources that they may need if we have it or if I know who has it.
Hmm.
Our second phase is once we grow a little bit more with the community's help. We will have a building. We will be able to offer more resources, healthcare checkups, mental health checkups, and just trying to bring them back into life,
Mm,
right? Classes, and eventually, the biggest of all, homes.
yeah.
Building up some homes. At this at any capacity they would love it, but building some nice homes for them so that they can be off the street. It's cold, it's rainy, it's not good any conditions for anybody.
Yes. Yes. Oh, I just got a vision of Jimmy Carter, and I was like, "Why is Jimmy here?"
Oh,
And Habitat for Humanity.
yes, I've heard about Habitat for Humanity. I've also heard in California they're doing like little small
Yes.
huts,
Yes.
and I'm writing all of that down. It's all going into the mental.
And you know who else? Okay, Brad Pitt. Brad
Really?
Pitt is little unknown that he also does housing.
Oh, wow. I
Yeah.
definitely have to look into him
Yeah.
then.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. We got some leads. We got some
Yes,
leads.
yes, we do.
Okay.
God will work. Won't he
Yeah.
do it?
Yes. Won't he do it? So
Yes.
let's get into some joy questions.
Okay.
What does joy look or feel like for you?
I'm going to say peace.
Mm,
Peace. If I have peace with whatever I'm doing in my life, that joy is there.
yes.
So I'm going to say peace.
Okay. All right. So, Lisa, I say I'm living life in joy. What are you living life in?
Love
Mm,
of God. I I crave um and I know people are like, what? Yes, I crave his love because he shows me how to love.
mm, mm.
And so right now that's what I'm living in.
All right. All right. And the last one is what is your joy song?
My joy song, I have tons of them depending on my seasons,
Mm-hmm.
right? But right now in this moment, in this season, my love song is Mercy Me, Say I Won't.
Say I won't. And why?
Because say I won't. Tell me I can't do something, and I'll show you that I can. With God's strength, I can do anything, and no one can tell me I can't except for Him. Now, if He
Yes.
tells me to stop, I will stop.
Mm.
But no one can say I won't.
Yes.
So that
Yes.
gets me up and going.
I love it. I love it. And I'm going to listen to that song today because
Please
I
do.
am not familiar, but I'm going to listen to it today.
Yes, it's a wonderful song. It's a wonderful song.
So, Lisa, how can people support your work?
Um, always donations, monetary donations, clothing, blankets. Right now we're going into a season where it's going to be cold. They do require a lot of propane, to cook with. Sometimes they build them a little, it keeps them warm. Blankets, socks, hats, gloves, scarves, jackets, and also volunteering. Just come out, check us out, see what we about, be a part of the community, come help. We're never going to turn away your help. So just
Yes.
come on out. Yeah.
Right. And you are in Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville, Tennessee. And we
All
work
right.
Nashville, Madison, wherever we see them, we work it.
All right. All right. So we got our charge. Please donate to In God's Hand. We can support this beautiful work that Lisa Sutton and her children are doing out in the world to support and love on the unhoused because we see them, Yes. Thank you so much, Lisa. I could talk to you for days, girl. I could talk to you for days. I so appreciate your presence on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. We'll have you back. We'll have you back for sure. All right, y'all. There you have Lisa Sutton, In God's Hand. Amazing work. So please support. Anything that you can give matters. It all matters. And collectively, we can help her to do and continue the work that she's doing and get her from phase 1 to phase 2. So if you know some people in the development industry, please contact Lisa. And, we're all 1 degree. They say 7, but we're 1 degree separated from someone who knows someone who knows someone who can help and make a difference. All right, y'all. All right. So we're going to wrap up the show with this joy quote. And I think it is perfect for our love theme for September. And it is everything begins with love. It is the center of the universe. Everything begins with love. It is the center of the universe. So let's take that in, right? Everything begins with love. That means that you are love, right? Did you have a beginning? Yes, you did. So if you had a beginning, then that means you are included in the love. You are love itself, right? We say God is love, right? So if God is love, you are love, and I am love too, because we are the individualized expressions of the divine in physical form, here to do love work, here to do joy work, here to do what is ours to do. So let's live in our purpose. You remember the Ori series on Morning Sip? Let's live in our Ori, right? That burning desire that Lisa talked about that was making her heart palpitate, right? That's a clue. That's a clue about where you need to go, what you need to do, and especially who you need to be in the world. All right, y'all. So we will continue. Join us again next Sunday for Living Life in Joy, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Today, Rockland CSL at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, where I am the spiritual director and senior minister. Please join us for service. So if you're looking for a spiritual home, think about and consider Rockland CSL. You can check us out in person. We're in Tappan, New York, 32 Old Tappan Road, in this big red barn. You can't miss it. Or you can join us in service on Zoom by going to rocklandcsl.org and just clicking on the Sunday service link. Or you could check us out on Facebook Live, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And then Monday, we start a new series for Morning Sip, or it's going to be the best of Morning Sip. We're going to see which way it goes, because Red Mel's going to be on location in the woods, y'all. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to plug in. So we got a plan A and a plan B. All right. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful day. And remember to live life in joy, connected to your yes.